already found some cool things. I like this, and I think I'm going to put it outside on my deck. And then I found this really cool bottle. It's missing a stopper. It don't actually look round like it's going to be a stopper. It says made in Spain, and then I really like this one for Paul. That's really pretty. It's got a air bubble there that's busted, but it's still really cool looking. Just found this, but I don't know what it is. It's got this weird top on it. I'm thinking maybe it's a candle wick thing. Ooh, look at this one in the back. It's gonna break something. That one's really cool looking. I like that a lot. A lot. We're gonna have to find a box or a cart because I'm getting full here. I just remodeled my kitchen, and I think that this would be perfect to put my fruit in on the counter.
It is.
I wonder if that holds any value. I've never heard of it before. It says Santo Gordon Collection. There's only a set of 3 of these, but they're really nice. I wonder where they're made. They look like something that's made in Poland, so we're going to Google image those and see what they could be worth. We are going to dig through these purses and see if there's anything good in here. That's kind of cool. When I worked at Claire's, we used to sell these bags like this with all these different zippers, but the zippers all had actually unzipped. It's a cute bag. I don't know if it's for us, but cute bags. I don't really know purses very well. I just look through them because I see something I like, I'll buy it. But I don't know purses very well. Kind of a cute pair of Vans. A men's size 13. About to be near this fan, and it's about to be really loud. Let's see what we can find over here, because you know I'm the glassware girl. Oh, this mug is absolutely darling. It's got a chip though. It's been very well used. It's an art pottery mug. One in the fall, somebody might like that. This actually looks like it might be made in Poland too. And it's just really big and not really interesting to me. This looks like it might be McCoy. Yep, it probably is, but it's got a ginormous chip right there. It's kind of bland looking. We might look it up to see if it's worth it. If it's still worth money, even the chip, we might get it, but we'll see. A black pottery bowl. Really cool design here on the side. There's a set of 3 of these. I don't understand what this and this is for, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna get them because I like them a lot. Alright, so here's all the goodies that I got from the Goodwill / Goodwill bins today. It's a mix of both. It was just too much to try to separate it. The items, some have some really good value, and then some are mediocre. We already talked about a few of them. So the first thing we're going to talk about now with this are these. So this is an artist that has passed away, and I can't find any sold comps, but someone has 2 of these bowls listed for $65 online. And when I look up this artist, her items are very collectible. I just can't find any sold comps, which is really odd because she's been around for many years. So there's no way her items haven't been resold. So I'm gonna do a little bit more digging on that, but worst case scenario, I'll get at least $18 a bowl, I think. The next item is this bottle here, it on average sells for about $10.99, but that shape was slightly different than this one. Still $10. I paid $8 for the entire box, and this came from the Goodwill bins. This is the Goodwill bins. Bins. So $8 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 items is pretty good. That's what, like, how much per item? Like cents. So we got 12 items divided by 8. That's $1.50 an item. So that's well worth what we have here. So this bottle here is actually a Blanco bottle. It doesn't have its sticker because Blanco doesn't put signatures on his stuff, her stuff, or their stuff, however you would like to refer to the person. And it last sold for $60. I only looked up sold comps on these items. These are not listed prices. This is not ground, so this is not supposed to have a stopper. Same thing with this. This is not ground on the inside. It's not supposed to have a stopper. The next item is this. Now this does have a chip on it, but the Goodwill bins is the last stop for things, so I couldn't bring myself to leave it behind because of the silhouette of it. It last sold with a chip on the base, opposite side, for $39.99. So I still think we'll get at least 20 to 25 bucks for this. And the next item after that is this. And I didn't know what this was, and this came from the Goodwill and not the Goodwill bins. But this is actually a, oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, that's just, I got it right. That's what I was, there's an art potty piece over here. I was making sure I wasn't mixing them up. This piece here is also an artist. It says P. Jones on the bottom. It's like a cruet here. Not really sure what the underplate's for, but maybe it's like to catch syrup dripping or something. That's probably what that could be used for, is warm syrup, and then that keeps it from dripping on the table, because we all know the kids will make messes. This came from the Goodwill. I think I paid like $3 or $4 for it, and it last sold just recently in September, just a week ago, for 40 bucks. So that was a very good buy. This here was a bad buy. I think with fall it'll still sell. It's supposed to be a chip and dip container by Ocker Hank, I don't know. I can't talk. It's 1:30 in the morning and I'm recording because I'm trying to do this while my kids sleep. So this was a bad buy. It last sold in August for, I think this is an auction, which was stupid for them to start at that low, at $5 for the new in the box. But I still think this will sell. The reason it was at the bins is because it had a $20 tag on it. I still think it's pretty. If it doesn't sell, I'll add it to my own fall decor because it's very fall-like color. And then this is actually a salad bowl, and it's supposed to have bowls with it. But I thought with fall coming too, this is a very good bowl for fall decor, just to sit on your table. It doesn't have to be a salad bowl. You can use it for whatever you want. If I was keeping it, I'd put it on my counter and put my apples in it. But I'm not going to keep it because I already have a bowl I used that for. That was my grandmother's. And this last sold for $19.99 if it has its salad tongs, which, you know, I don't think devalues it that much. I'll probably put 30 on this though, because I feel like it's worth more than that. And see where it goes. Fall decor is coming. That could have sold over the summer, and that's why they got less for it. Now this is a amazing score right here. Go away, Nat. It was actually covered up with like this shrunk glass bottle that somebody like smashed and made into like
a flat pancake and then had like these little like cheese cutters, and they had taped it all together. And I didn't think they were going to sell it to me because it was not priced. Got to the front and the lady was like, well, I can tell they intended on pricing it because it's all taped together. So this is a St. Luke plate. I've only ever really came across Peggy Carr, but when I seen this, I knew this was a fused glass plate, and I'm like, I gotta have that plate. Well, I looked it up, and the one with the white flower like this with the pink sold back in 2017, which was a while ago, for $170. But there's nothing else like this listed. So this does not come up very often, being that there is none like this at all on eBay. I checked. This listing was on WorthPoint. They did have multiple other ones that were much cheaper, but for some reason the two set flowers, there was two of them. The other one was a little like orange and stuff, and it sold for like $70. But this particular style with the double flowers sells for a little bit more. So I hope I get close to that. That would be awesome, because the lady only charged me $3 for this. $3. $3. I cannot believe it. I'm blown away. I just looking that up. So the next thing on the list is these here, and they are Anchor Hawking, which is what was it that I was just talking about? This is Anchor Hawking too. I just couldn't get it out. These glasses here last sold in a set of 4 for $12, but then I found another listing for a set of 7 that sold for $17. So maybe this one was an auction. Some listings, I didn't actually look into these two to see if they were auctions, so I'm assuming that one that sold for only $12 was probably an auction. This other one was buy it now, being that they had the 97, because highly rare does auctions end at 97 cents. And then the next item is this little lusterware here. I found a very similar one that sold for $17.99. This Asian lusterware stuff, it's like a hit or miss if it does well or not. And then this little cool thing here, I can't find anything like it. I did find the artist by looking it up. It looks like a woman and another woman, and they're having tea or coffee. I would vote coffee because it's a coffee little mug here. This, I couldn't find any solds at all on this artist, so they must be scarce and they must be like one of a kind of pieces. But they're listed as low as 18, as high as 47. I'm putting $49 on this thing because I think it's absolutely it's hilarious. The little, like, it's like they're talking and just, I don't know. I guess it kind of reminds me of my mom and her friends when I was a kid. They would come over, hang out, and they didn't drink coffee. They drank Coke or whatever they had. And then I bought these, and you can get a lot of 30 of these. I think there's only like 15 here. Sold for $20. With Christmas coming, I probably can easily get $10 or $12 for those. And again, those came from the Goodwill bins, and they were in the box with the glass that I paid $8 for. So you can't hate on that for sure. I've recently sold these myself, and sold them for, I think, $10 or $12 a piece. So I grabbed these for $3. I knew I could make my money on those. Got these from the Goodwill bins. They don't sell very well, but I couldn't pass them up because they were also part of that $8 deal. So I think I'll get like probably $8 for those. I'll probably get what I paid for the box of stuff out of those. This thing here I got from the Goodwill, and I'm having a hard time finding out who makes it. I mean, not who makes it, but like where it came from. And what to price it at, because they're like all over the board. Multiple people make them, but this particular pattern, one, I found it, but it's really vague in description, and I can't find any solds of that particular one. The rest of them I'm finding are cast iron, and this one's too light. It's not cast iron. I don't know what kind of metal it's made out of. And then I got the 5 Nights of Freddy bear back there. He'll sell. He's in really good condition. He's like all over the board on what he'll sell for, and I can't find anything on this. So I'm going to put like $25 on this right here, because I'm not real versed on Asian stuff, but I do know it sells well. So I do buy it if I get it cheap enough, and it was only $2. And it's lightweight. It's not super heavy, so that it is old. but I do know that much about it. But I don't know how to identify it from anything from there. I have a couple books. I might look it up a little bit before I list it. These tiny little vases all day long, I sell them for $4 or $5. Yes, that's like, wow, that's not a lot of money. Well, it is, though. It adds up, you know. It takes me one little 4x4x4 box and a small piece of recycled bubble wrap. So realistically, I'm still making a minimum of like 80-90 cents. And you know what? To you, that might not be anything, but to me, every little penny adds up, and this was only $1. And if they buy, they come, they find that, they're going to come and look everything else too. I have no clue what this is. Could not find anything on it. So I went to an estate sale, and I normally would record, and they told me they are no longer allowing people to record due to some misinformation that was given by a YouTuber. So I was like, okay, fine. It's one of my favorite estate sale places to go with. Not because they're super cheap, just because they're super friendly and they're awesome people. I'm from the South, so I tend to like to be treated from someone from the South and not have kind of like this animosity because I might be a reseller, which I've went to estate sales before, and as soon as they find out you're a reseller, they're not willing to wheel and deal at all with you. They also want to jack the price up if it has no tag on it, if they know you're a reseller. Those estate sales I avoid. Private and corporate, like business estate sales. That's wrong. Just because you know that I'm looking for something at a lower value because I know a little more about it doesn't mean take my knowledge and you benefit more from it. Plus, a lot of the estate sales need to take in consideration that you are a local market, not a large market, which us resellers are able to reach because we are taking the time to list it online, photograph it, find out the details, make sure we're correct, all that jazz. So here is the items that I was able to get from that estate sale, but wasn't able to record finding them. And actually it was a little bit less stress having to turn off, record, all those things in the estate sale. So I think I had a little bit more fun because I didn't have to share that experience. I got to experience it, and now I get to share it with you. But it is kind of bummer that you didn't get to see it because there was a lot of cool stuff that I didn't buy just because it was just too large or not really something that was worth me trying to hold on to resell. Not that it didn't have a good value. It's just it was very primitive. Good, I can talk today. Primitive style estate, which I don't really do a lot with primitive stuff, but I did buy a little bit of things that kind of lean either way. But here are the things I did find at the estate sale, which were pretty awesome, and I'm glad I got to bring them home. So here are the items I found at the estate sale. This Christmas here, really what sold me was this little guy right here. He was darling. I have a aluminum Christmas tree that I've been looking for, some vintage Christmas ornaments to go on. I may or may not put him on it. He's pretty worn, like as his paint's missing, but he would be really pretty with that silver Christmas tree that I have. This here doesn't hold a lot of value, but it is a fairy light. People like to use this to decorate for Christmas and Halloween. I've seen people put like a tea light in them that is like flameless tea light, and the battery operated ones, and they put tinsel in there, and they look really cool. I might even actually photograph it like that because that would be really cool to show someone something they could do with it. My husband actually picked this up. It's a like a keepsake box from Lennox. Since it was new in the package, he grabbed that. We got some items back here that I really want. These are the items I really wanted. This biscuit jar, cookie jar, whatever you want to consider it. And then we got the creamer and sugar. This is supposed to have a lid, but I still purchased it because it was a set and I wanted them to be together. Same thing with this. Supposed to have a lid, but it was a set, so I went ahead and purchased them. This is like, I think brass or copper. It says made in India. But he was kind of cute going into Easter. I think he would be a good sell. Same thing with the little, usually hen on a nest, but it's a bunny on a nest instead. Bunny on a basket, I think is the actual terms that people use. This is kind of blending in with that, but little salt cellar. I'm not really sure who makes it, but you know, $3. I definitely can make some money off of it. This is a child set, of creamer and sugar, or just like milk with a cup. And then this is Fenton here. I thought this was a 3-tier. I thought this piece went to it, but it doesn't. So it looks like it's just a 2-tier. Not super, super valuable. The 3-tier one tends to pull a little bit more money, but I still think we can make money back off of it. We paid $150 for all of this. So we're going to make some money. We bought some other things too, so we definitely spent more at the estate sale than we have photographed here because we got some stuff for our own personal use. So I thought this was part of that, and they had it taped together as I think they thought it went together. But estate sales, you know, they don't have time to look every single item up to know what its current value is at. That's a mistake that someone else made in downing a estate sale, and now they aren't letting me record anymore. This little girl, she had a little bit of damage here, but I'm going to pair her and her together. So I'll probably lot those as a pair. And then I have another one over here that is from something else that I bought at a different estate sale right here. And I'll probably pair her with it as well. She has, I think her little bow or something. Oh, she has a chip right there on her. So I think I'll pair her with that, and then they'll all three be sold together. This did not come from this particular estate sale, but I've set her aside because she had a little chip. After I had gotten her, I didn't realize she was like that. We were in a dark basement at an estate sale for many estate sales ago, different estate sale company though. And I didn't realize she had a chip. And that happens occasionally. I bought something yesterday that was a dog and it had a chip and didn't know it had it. Now these are the two biggest scores. They sell for a lot more if they have their box, but they both work. Their lights work on them because they have like these little lights like right here that light up. Both of them are well over $100. And being that it is Halloween season upon us, they will probably sell pretty quickly. I've already sold one once that I got at a yard sale for like, I think I paid 18 bucks for the sucker and I sold it for over $100. So I ended up getting these little lot of Halloween stuff. Each little lot usually would sell for an independent price, but I think I'm going to lot all of mine together, all the accessories, and make it one sale. Only so I can move the stuff. I think they sold me the box of items for like $10 or $15. The houses were $18 each. And then this part was missing, so I had to go back in like, oh man, there's something missing, because when I got to the car I looked it up and realized that it was missing this little foam piece at the bottom. And I went downstairs and dug through some boxes that were underneath a table that these were sitting on, and I'm like, oh, there it is. And I ended up scoring it so it was complete. And then when I was down there I found her, but she's probably gonna stay with me because I love Annalise. And then they got this little cruet here with its stopper, reading that it's purple and it's fall. I think that'll sell well. And then here's a kitty on a bed versus the bunny on a basket. It's a kitty on a bed. My husband found these. His thing, not mine, with the watches, so that'll be all him. And then this is a bunch of just little trinkety stuff that's sewing, advertising items. If you know what this is, tell me, because I have no clue and I can't figure it out. Maybe you guys can help me figure out what it is. There's two of them in here, so I assume it had something to do with sewing because there's two of them. Maybe beads or something. This is pretty cool as well. There's this, and then there's the nail scraper file like thing. Or is that not a nail file? Or, oh, that's the blade. It's a shaving kit, nail grooving kit. I'm pretty sure it probably originally had more pieces. This was a bad buy. Probably shouldn't have got this, but I looked at it, and then the funny thing is my husband went back and he actually seen it and he picked it up. So I guess that came home with us for that reason. And then these two here, creamer and sugar, these normally aren't sold together. And this is so big, I don't even know if it's a creamer, but I just assumed that it was a sugar and a creamer. But I'm starting to think that that's not the case. This might be like a small juice jar that someone sits on a table. And then this could, I guess, be a cracker jar because it's kind of small. I like the way that the sides are made, and it kind of sits down in there perfectly and get it back on there. And then this little guy probably wasn't worth buying, but I don't know. I felt bad for him because he was in the basement. And that's about it. $150, and I would say we have probably about $500 worth of profit sitting here on this table that we paid $150 for. Forgot to show you that the uranium glass, how well it glows in that estate sale that I went to. So here it is, and let me turn the light off over here for you. More the mess of the children made. Look at that. So that is why I bought it, even though it was missing its lid. And of course I bought that one, even though it has its lid. It has some little flea bite chips underneath the lid, but for the most part, it's still going to sell well. I think it will. And if not, my stepdaughter loves uranium glass, so there's some Christmas presents.